And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly, truly fantastic day today. Michael Jordan and his father were very close. And James Jordan was a hard worker, according to Michael Jordan, according to the things we've seen about him. He was a hard worker, and he instilled that hard work into his children, into Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan was able to take that work ethic and apply it to his passion, which was basketball, which happened to be a very lucrative career to get into. And Michael Jordan made the sport of basketball way more lucrative than anyone could imagine. And Michael Jordan and his father were close. We all know that, up until his death, Michael Jordan's father attended all the games. They had a very close relationship. Michael Jordan would go to his father for advice often, not just in life, but even in games, I remember I can't remember what series it was. It might have been against the Knicks. It might have been one of the playoff series against the Knicks, but he asked his father, hey, do you think I should just take the lead or do you think I should, kind of focus more on the team or whatnot? And his father said, hey, let them follow your lead. You take the lead and, and let everything else happen from there. And they were close. And like I said, and the reason I'm talking about this is because Michael Jordan's father got to see his son succeed based off of the work ethic and morals he had instilled in Michael Jordan as a child. His father got to see his son succeed on his own and become the GOAT. This is what Michael Jordan's father got to watch. So I said that to say this. I believe LeBron James getting Bronny on the LA Lakers is actually a terrible act as a father. I believe he has put Bronny James into a terrible position. I believe instead of doing what James Jordan did, which was instill Bronny with the work ethic to accomplish the things, and it's like, how bad do you want it? If you want it bad enough, you will work that hard to make it come true, if that is indeed truly your passion. But this is not what LeBron James has did. For all you people talking about what a great father he is, and I'm not saying Bronny's a bad kid, but what I am saying is that LeBron James' willingness to take shortcuts, he has passed that right along to Bronny James. And the worst part about it is that this is not actually for Bronny James. Bronny James already had money. Bronny James was already making money. I think I read somewhere that Bronny James was making money playing video games. But at any rate, Bronny James didn't need this opportunity financially. So it makes it worse because this whole thing is really about a father using his son to boost his own legacy. Fanboys, I really don't care what you have to say or what you think on this matter. Of course, you're going to bring up the hating and whatnot, but you should be upset with your king, not me. This is a terrible position Bronny James is in. And yes, of course, Bronny James accepted it, and Bronny James is going to suffer all the consequences that come with his decision to go along with this. But at the moment, we're talking about LeBron James, Bronny Sr., the deer, the duck, and how this has been, all of this is simply about him. This is about LeBron James. This is about making history. And again, I've said this before, how is this history when it's manufactured? This is not like Bronny earned his way into the NBA. So having said all that, I just felt like I needed to say that. I felt the need to say that LeBron James, this is deplorable. This is absolutely terrible that he orchestrated this. And like I said, it is of my opinion that he orchestrated this solely for his benefit. Solely for the narratives that he wants to create about himself and his legacy, and to have this, the only father and son to play on the same team in the NBA thing that, again, is meaningless because of how it happened. But anyway, so Bronny James played his first game, and it wasn't good. We're going to read this article from NBA.com. And it says, Bronny James played in his first NBA preseason game Friday night, but LeBron James wasn't in uniform with him when the Lakers hosted Minnesota in the first of Los Angeles' 2 weekend games in the Coachella Valley. Lakers coach J.J. Redick elected to hold out LeBron James against the Timberwolves after 3 hard days of training camp. But the 39-year-old top scorer in NBA history, I'm not sure why they even had to put that in there at all, is likely to play against Phoenix on Sunday, which just happens to be Bronny's 20th birthday. Bronny James finished with 2 points in the Lakers' 124-107 loss to the Timberwolves, missing his first 5 shots before making a layup with 56.9 seconds to play. But the 6'2" guard also blocked 3 shots. Okay, why even mention that at this point? And he picked up 1 rebound and 1 assist while playing the first half of the second quarter and most of the fourth, finishing with 16 minutes of action. Says, I like what I saw from Bronny, Redick said. Of course he's going to say that. Truthfully, he's so easy to coach. And he's got great soul and a great energy about him. I like being around him. I'm not sure what that has to do with anything. I'm rooting for him. He's a good player that we're happy to have in our program. Bronny James didn't speak to reporters after his debut. Before they became the first father and son to play in the same NBA game, Bronny James knows he has plenty of work to do. Oh, it says before they become the first father and son to play in the same NBA game, Bronny James knows he has plenty of work to do because his father will blame him if things don't go right. Says he got his first chance to play in Lakers goal when he took the floor to begin the second quarter at Acrisure Arena outside of Palm Springs. Playing alongside star point guard D'Angelo Russell, Bronny got caught on a pick on his first defensive possession, allowing Rob Dillingham to hit an open 3. Bronny's pass was then intercepted by Nickeil Alexander-Walker on the other end, but Bronny hustled back and blocked his layup. And the article goes on. So I'm going to try to keep this video short. So I went back and watched some highlights from the game. And shout out to Alpha Coaching. I actually watched his breakdown of the game. And here's what I want to say about this. This is kind of why I opened up the video the way I did, talking about how deplorable I think this is that LeBron James made this happen. Because as I watched Bronny on that court, a few things. I don't see someone who's passionate about the game of basketball. That's just first and foremost. He doesn't have good court awareness. There is no attack about him. There's no killer instinct about him, which I'm sure he inherited from his dad. Hopefully he didn't inherit a larger quantity of deer mentality from his father. But yeah, he just doesn't have that. Like you can see him on the court, and he's not looking to attack in any way. Because to me, basketball, especially, well, really on both ends, to me, it's about your skills, and it's about how cunning you can be. As far as, luring players into what you want to do, making them think you're going to do one thing when your intent is to do another. To me, these are the two basic things that you really have to have. Now, if you have enough skills, then you will be able to, let's say, for instance, Kareem's sky hook or Michael Jordan's fadeaway, right? Those are two moves that are very hard to contest. So those are two skills that are high level skills to develop. And if you can master them, you're going to have a skill that is very hard to contest. But if you're not the kind of player that has a great amount of skill, to me, you can use cunning to still be effective. You can use misdirection. You can use that ability to exploit another player's lack of intensity or momentary lapses in judgment. I was watching an interview with Joe Dumars, and he was describing playing against Michael Jordan and how he loves to play against Michael Jordan because you have to be at your best. And he says, basically any lull in intensity, any lull in judgment, any momentary second that you take your mind off of what's happening, Michael Jordan's going to exploit it, because Michael Jordan is always mentally in the game. And so to me, you can be clever and cunning as a basketball player and learning how to misdirect and exploit players like that and still be effective. But when I watch Bronny James, he just doesn't have either of those things. It's like, there are times when you can tell the defender is not paying him attention, and he doesn't take advantage of it. Like, he simply doesn't take advantage because he's not looking for it. It's like if you're on the court, you're looking for your man to look away for a second or have his attention focus on somewhere else for a second so that you can make a cut, so that you can make a move. But it's like he's not even looking for these things. And I would argue, some may say, well, he's not looking for these things because he still has to grow as a player and blah, blah, blah. But I say he's not looking for these things because he's not that kind of a competitor. If you're a competitor like that, to me, certain things you don't have to necessarily be taught. Now, you can get better at those things, but certain things you don't have to be taught, because as a competitor, you're constantly looking to exploit your man. Just as a competitor. Like, no one has to tell you that. It's like you're constantly looking for that leg up, which is why you're the competitor that you are. And Bronny James simply, he looks lost out there. And, he doesn't look like somebody who it was their dream to play in the NBA. It's really just that simple. And, maybe I'll wind up eating my words in a few years. Maybe he'll become decent, but I just don't see it. Like, I don't see Bronny James lasting in the NBA a long time at all. Like, again, because when I look at him, he just doesn't look like someone, whose dream it was to make it into the NBA. To me, people whose dream, who really, really dream was to make it into the NBA, those players, they just have a certain thing about them that, you know, anybody watching them would be able to see this immediately. And yeah, so, you know, we're going to keep this video short. But like I said, to me, just watching Bronny out there, you know, he doesn't have good court awareness. And most importantly, he just doesn't have that sense of attack, you know. And to me, that is a passion problem. That is a problem, like, you know, to me, you're just showing that you're not really a competitor like that. That basketball is more of, you know, you like basketball. This is how I take this. It's like, yeah, you may like basketball, but you don't love basketball. And more importantly, you don't love the fundamental thing behind sports, and that's competing. And so, yeah, we gonna hold up here. But yeah, like I said in the beginning of the video, to me, it's becoming more and more clear that this whole thing is completely about LeBron James and his selfishness and his wanting to, you know, do something that hadn't been done before versus, like I said, when you think about James Jordan and Michael Jordan, you think about a father who instilled impeccable work ethic into his son, and his son took that work ethic and applied it to what he actually wanted to do in life. And we see where it took him versus with LeBron James, we're dealing with a person who has taken, and this is why, I'm sorry, I got to say this. This is why, you know, again, for you people who get in my comments who constantly want to say, oh, well, he's never been in trouble. And, you know, when Stephen A. Smith goes on his rants about LeBron, but has to preface it with all the good things about LeBron James, great father and great this and great that. This is why we can't believe that stuff. This is why we cannot believe he's a greater person, as great a person as they say he is, because to me, the things that you do in the basketball game show that you have poor character. Like, all these shortcuts show that you have poor character. And to me, like I said, you're instilling that into your son, that, hey, the shortcuts is cool, instead of just showing him hard work and letting him earn his way. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. What did you think of Bronny's first game? Do you think it is too harsh a judgment to be judging Bronny by his first game? Should he be given more time? Or do you think that whether his first game or his 20th game, the bottom line is Bronny James doesn't belong in the NBA. And like I said, to me, just looking at his demeanor on the court, Bronny's just not a competitor like that. Like I said, it's too many. He's not looking to punish the person that's guarding him at all times. You know, he's not looking to make them pay for losing attention and for, you know. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.